Imagine you're with your family. You're all gathered around the dinner table for a family dinner, a normal Sunday night occurrence in your household. The food is all gone, and just before the plates are cleared, your mom says she has something she needs to tell everyone. It's serious. While your mother is speaking, you begin to notice that your teenage siblings are too busy on their phones to listen. You go back to listening to your mom finish her story. She has just told your family she is very sick, and it could very well be cancer. Everyone gasps and tears begin to flow. To no surprise, your siblings say, "Wait, what did we miss?" How does this make you feel that technology is most likely taking them away from reality? Better yet, how does this make you feel that technology is most likely taking you away from reality? We are provided with this device that is supposed to make our lives easier. It allows us to keep up to date with friends, shop, take pictures, text, take notes, and even play games. At first glance, many of you might say that this device has helped make your life easier in most aspects. It's wireless, runs on batteries, and all you need to do is charge it every night before you go to bed. When we don't feel like calling someone, we can text him or her and simply let them know that we are thinking about them. Texting substitutes our voice for words you read through a screen. We may be in the same room as someone physically, but mentally, we are in a different world dealing with different things. But what texting doesn't do is maintain our personal relationships. No phone, app, or piece of technology can create emotion the same way our eyes can when we see someone crying or laughing. We choose our preferred type of communication based upon our schedule. The busier we are, the more likelier we are to text. But the more free time we have, the easier it is for us to call. Being a collegiate student athlete, I can relate to this because I was constantly on the go. From practices to games to meetings and even appearances, I had no time for anything. Not to mention, I still had to do my homework at night. And even after dropping athletics because it was too much, I still had no free time. I relied on texting as my primary source of communication and found by the time I got home for summer, some of my best friends and I, we grew apart. We didn't share that same connection because the effort just wasn't there. It's hard to stay in touch with everyone when you're in different places for months at a time. But there are different ways to stay in contact. I could have called, FaceTimed, or even Skyped them. But because I didn't feel like talking, and because texting was more of a convenience, I was now on the outside looking in. These people I really cared about, these people I grew up with, became nothing other than strangers, all because of a mere convenience. I let texting affect my personal relationships in the past, but I hope that my experience helps you to realize that we don't need to let them come between us now. Texting does not have to alter our personal relationships. We shouldn't let a device have so much power in our personal lives by letting it turn our closest friends into strangers with memories. You may not have time for coffee or dinner, but when you really care about someone, hearing their voice and the emotion in it means way more than a text ever could and ever will. Because of this device, we lose touch with our surroundings and begin to expect less from one another. We become afraid in the sense that we would rather text someone an important question just so we don't have to hear their response in person. Texting provides us with a false sense of confidence because we feel we can ask and say anything over text. But when it comes to face-to-face, we feel we don't have that same power. Like Sherry Turkle said in her TED Talk, "Connected but alone," technology is taking us places we don't want to go. We become trapped in this cyber reality, and the more we stay in it, the harder it will be to get out. Because of this cyber reality, we have the power to choose when to respond, if at all. It makes it harder for us to repair the damage that's already done. But we can take back control of our lives. Learning when to text versus when to call is the first step. Text when you have something quick to say as opposed to a long story about how you awkwardly bumped into your old high school fling. If there is room for misinterpretation, just to be safe and avoid conflict, call the person. It'll save you time and probably stress. Lastly, if you're impatient and need the answer right away like I do, calling is your best option. And if they don't answer, then you can text them. Plans don't always go the way you think, and although texting may be more convenient, calling keeps everyone involved in the plans up to speed faster. After all, texting is only your most used source of communication if you let it be. There may be no edit or delete button in the real world, but when we lose ourselves, that's when we ultimately find ourselves, and no piece of technology can help us do that. But our friends and family, they can. So I ask you, the next time you're about to text someone, to ask yourself, when was the last time I called this person, and could actually feel the emotions coming out of their voice? Because if it's been a while, you may already be deeper in this cyber reality than you think. Thank you.